Hello everyone, welcome to RK Civil Concepts. So today we are going to discuss session 3 regarding valuation of real estate. In the topics we are going to cover real property, rights, interests and ownership and occupancy. So without any delay, let's get into the session. The first one. What does the real property primarily include? The options are tangible land only, land and things permanently attached to it, mobile furniture, temporary sheds. So the correct answer would be B. Land and things permanently attached to it. Actually, real property refers to immovable property, okay, including land, buildings, and any fixtures permanently attached to it, like walls, fences, pipelines, fixtures, anything. So, the option A is not correct. C is mobile furniture, it is wrong. D is temporary sheds, it is also wrong. So, anything tangible land only means there will be building. So, it is also a real property, right? So, this is wrong. Mobile furniture, this is wrong. Temperatures, this is wrong. So the correct answer would be land and things permanently attached to it. So it can be a building, it can be any fixtures, pipelines, anything. Second one, the right of ownership in land includes A. Only surface rights, B. Only air rights, C. All rights above and below the land, D. None of the above. The answer would be C. All rights above and below the land. Why? Because there will be foundation, right? If there is a building in a land, there is foundation for it, okay? So it is a subsurface property. Foundation is a subsurface property. So obviously below and above the rights will be there. Third one, which of the following is not right of ownership? Right to possess, right to exclude others, right to mortgage, right to trespass others' land. The answer would be D. Because right to possess is right of ownership, right? So it's a negative question. This is not, it is, this is one of the answer is not a right of ownership, right? One of the option. So first one is right to possess, it is right of ownership. Second one is right to exclude others, yes. And right to mortgage, yes. And there will not be any right to trespass others' land. So the answer would be D. Fourth one, the right to enjoy property during one's lifetime is known as. We have already discussed this in previous sessions. If you remember, the answer would be life interest. A life interest, or it can be called as life estate also, grants ownership only during the life of the holder. After their death, the property passes to the another. Okay. A is leasehold, so limited up to the lease period only, right? So it will not carry until the life. C is reversion. This is bonus right after the lease life or life interest ends. Freehold means permanent ownership. So the right to enjoy property during one's lifetime is known as life interest. Fifth one, Freehold ownership means ownership for fixed years, ownership without time limit, ownership for life, ownership through lease. All options are self-explanatory. The answer would be ownership without time limit. Sixth one, a leasehold property gives permanent ownership, temporary right to occupy and use, no legal right. D, shared ownership, temporary right to occupy and use. Leasehold gives a tenant or lessee rights for a fixed period under lease terms only. Okay. So after that, the power goes to the owner. The occupancy and everything, the rights goes back to the owner. So ownership remains with the lessor only. Seventh one, co-ownership means single person ownership, joint ownership by two or more persons, government ownership, leasehold. And the question itself, it is there, co means joint ownership by two or more persons. Joint tenancy includes survivorship right, equal shares always, no survivorship, transferable to others freely. We already discussed it in previous session also. Joint tenancy allows survivorship right. In joint tenancy, when one owner dies, their share passes to the surviving owners automatically, but not inherently. The property inheritance will not occur. Okay, for the deceased one. Where does the inheritance occur? The next questions it will be there. I think yes. Tenancy in common differs from joint tenancy because it has right of survivorship. No. It has separate transferable shares. Can be inherited. Can't be inherited. It is temporary. It has separate transferable shares. They can be equal or unequal. And it can't be inherited. No, it can be inherited. It's temporary. Each owner in tenancy in common owns distinct share which can be transferred or inherited. But no survivorship rule applies here. Okay. So the answer will be B. 10th one. When land is used by a person other than the owner with consent and rent, it is tenancy. Right? License is a temporary one. Easement is right of way and commonly used. Ownership is freehold. Servient tenement refers to land benefiting from easement, land burdened by the easement, C common land, D owner's property. Imagine there is a highway passing here or a road passing like this. There are two plots like this, A and B. So for B to reach his property or for B to reach the main road, he should have access. Okay, like this. Okay, I will explain in another way. Initially it is like this. The entire property belongs to A. Later, A sold to B this part. So B asked the approach for the road. So this easement portion is given by A to the B. So B and A commonly can use the right of way. Both have rights on this. So here we call A is servient tenement, servient tenement, and B is dominant tenement. Okay, so here the question is servient tenement refers to land benefiting from the easement, land burdened by the easement. So who is taking the burden? A is taking the burden of the easement because he has cut his land to a part and he is given access to B, right? So here A is taking the burden. So that's why answer would be B. Land burdened by the easement is servient tenement, right? The C and D are wrong. Servient tenement is the land over which an easement like right of way runs. The dominant tenement is the one who is taking benefit of it. So B is taking benefit of the easement. So he is dominant for the easement. Next question. The dominant tenement is, just now we discussed, land giving easement, land receiving benefit of easement, land under government lease, vacant plot. The answer would be B again. So land receiving benefit of easement. Just now I told B is taking the benefit of easement and it is dominant tenement. Land giving easement is servient, right? The C and D are wrong. Irrelevant. 13.1. Easement means ownership right, temporary possession, right to use another's land for specific purpose, co-ownership right. Right to use another's land for a specific purpose. Okay? For access, for approach, for anything. Easement actually allows limited law use like drainage, passaging, or passage for approach like that without any ownership. It is not a type of ownership. Freehold, leasehold, mortgage, co-ownership. Mortgage. Occupancy rights mainly relate to possession and use, ownership, easement, reversion. Possession and use. Actual use or residence on property with or without ownership. Occupancy means occupying it, right? 16th one is reversionary interest refers to tenant's rights, owner's right to property of lease expiry, life interest, mortgage rights. Owner's right to property of lease expiry. When lease ends, actually, the property refers to the landlord, right? The freeholder. So it is called as reversionary interest. In future, we will discuss the case laws also. There we can discuss the reversionary interest and all. In India, property inheritance without a will is governed by Contract law, succession laws, Transfer of Property Act, Easement Act. Inheritance means parampara, like means vansa paramparya, like that. So it in itself it is saying that successors, right? For a father and mother, the inheritance property will goes to their successors, like daughters, sons, like that. So the option will be succession laws. A minor can hold property through guardian. Easementary rights are created under Indian Easement Act 1882. Remember this year. The Act governs creation, enjoyment, and termination of easements. The last one. The right of inheritance is available under law of succession. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe the channel for the future updates. Thank you.